Good morning, my Real News Midday TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning, St. James man charged with murder over fatal shooting at a party in Hampton. A St. James farmer has been charged with murder and using a firearm to commit a felony following the fatal shooting of a man at a party in Hampton District on Saturday, March 8th. The accused, 36-year-old Rand Bernard, of retirement in Gutters, is charged in connection with the killing of Aswin Thompson, also 36, a laborer from Hampton District. Reports from the Granville police are that around 4:30 a.m., both men were among patrons at a party in the community when Bernard allegedly shot Thompson in the head while he was seated in a car. Bernard then fled the scene. Thompson was rushed to hospital where he was pronounced dead. Following investigations, lawmen conducted an operation in Hampton on Monday, March 11 and apprehended Bernard at his home. He was subsequently charged. His court date is being finalized. Police charged a 19-year-old woman for allegedly faking digital payment to obtain laptop. A 19-year-old woman accused of submitting a fake digital bank transfer receipt to obtain a laptop from a store has been charged by the police in St. Catherine. Brianna Barnes, a customer service representative of Maypen Clarendon and Portmore St. Catherine, is charged with a simple larceny and obtaining property by false pretense. Reports from the Waterford Police in Portmore are that a store owner received an order via a social media platform for a laptop valued at $57,000 on Saturday, March 8th. The laptop was reportedly delivered to Barnes after the store owner received a payment confirmation via a digital bank transfer receipt. However, according to the police, it was later discovered that the receipt had been digitally altered. Barnes was arrested during an operation and later charged following a question and answer session. Her court date is being finalized. Court remands a cop and a co-accused for trial March 17 over alleged murder of colleague. A police constable and his alleged accomplices implicated in the murder of a policewoman years ago were remanded for trial in the Home Circuit Court on March 17. The victim, Corporal Judith Williams, was gunned down on April 28, 2016 at a bus stop on Bray Street in Dunkirk, East Kingston. She was reportedly shot 6 times by 2 men. Constable Gladstone Williams, who is believed to be the mastermind, and the alleged killers, Rohan Smith and Jesse Pops Anderson, are all charged with murder. The trial should have started on January 21, but has been delayed due to insufficient jurors and the prosecution's failure to settle the witnesses on the indictment. The court was previously advised that new witnesses would be added to the indictment while others would be removed. However, when the matter was mentioned on Monday before Justice Leighton Pusey, a new trial date was fixed. King's Counsel Peter Champagny, who is representing Williams, has previously expressed displeasure with the delay and unprepared state of the prosecution. Champagny charged that it was unacceptable that after 8 years of extensive case management, the indictment was still not completed. The alleged mastermind is accused of plotting the woman's murder after she brought him to court over a car she gave him to fix and which he sold without permission. Attorney at law C.J. Mitchell is representing Smith, while Leroy Equiano is representing Anderson. Sub-officer identifies 2 of 3 cops accused in fatal beating. Corporal Orville Williams, who was the sub-officer on duty at the lockup at the Barnett Street Police Station in Montego Bay, St. James, when Maria Dean suffered a fatal beating on August 3, 2014, positively identified 2 of the 3 police officers implicated in the incident in the Westmoreland Circuit Court yesterday. Corporal Elaine Stewart and the constables Juliana Cleavon and Marlon Grant, the 3 police personnel in question, are facing charges of manslaughter and misconduct in a public office. Stewart is charged separately with perverting the course of justice. A constable of police brought a meal to the Barnett Street cells and handed over that meal along with a prisoner card and charged him for possession of ganja. I told the constable some instructions and he started to do what I told him, and I also gave instructions to another officer, District Constable Cleveland, to prepare a bail bond for the prisoner, Williams testified in response to questions from the trial prosecutor, Shanique Lawrence. The prisoner you were referring to at that time, did you ascertain his name? Asked Lawrence. Yes, it was Maria Dean, Williams replied. The witness also told the court that at the time he had been on duty from the evening of August 2 until the morning of August 3, at which time Stewart came to relieve him for the change of work shifts. The person that was supposed to relieve me as the cell supervisor was woman Corporal Stewart. I was told to conclude the duties and hand over to her, and Miss Cleveland came in for Miss Stewart's shift, said Williams. Additionally, the corporal testified that at the time Dean was brought into custody, he appeared to be upset, but was otherwise in good health, and that he made a phone call to someone after being told that he would need a surety to bail him. The court was also told that Dean was told about his need for a surety after he reportedly could not provide the police with an identifying marker for his home address. Williams' evidence-in-chief will continue today. It is expected that he will undergo cross-examination by defense attorneys Martin Thomas and Dalton Reed. Meanwhile, the prosecution yesterday told the presiding High Court Justice Courtney Day that Deputy Superintendent of Police Kevin Francis, whose evidence-in-chief was expected to continue yesterday, is on sick leave for 5 days under doctor's orders. Francis had testified on Tuesday despite appearing physically sick after being absent from court on Monday due to illness. As it relates to the perverting the course of justice charge against the Stewart, it is alleged that she ordered the cleaning of the cell where Dean was beaten ahead of a scheduled visit by investigators from the Independent Commission of Investigations. Fire at Maypen Cemetery. A fire broke out in a section of the Maypen Cemetery in West Kingston on Wednesday. However, no injuries were reported, and the blaze was confined to a very small area, according to Robert Hill, Chief Executive Officer of the Kingston and the St. Andrew Municipal Corporation. The fire seems to be in the center of the front part of the cemetery, and it is not endangering any lives or property at this time, Hill told the journalist, adding that he was on hand to assess the situation. A unit from the Trenchtown Fire Station, located across from the cemetery, responded to the fire. They have left to return, Hill said, referring to the team of firefighters. John Cornwall, Superintendent of Cemeteries in Kingston and the St. Andrew, said the cause of the fire was unclear. You have persons living here who are of unsound mind, and you have persons passing through the cemetery who may be smoking and drop their cigarettes that could have caused the fire, he suggested. KSAMC Chairman defends the integrity of newly formed advisory committee. Chairman of the Kingston and the St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, Andrew Swaby, was on Tuesday forced to defend the composition and integrity of the newly formed advisory committee following murmurs from Jamaica Labour Party councillors. The 10-member interim local public accounts committee was appointed last month as required under the local governance laws, but the JLP councillors have raised their concerns about the absence of a bipartisan approach to the selection of committee members and their political affiliations. Councillors were also concerned that the committee would diminish their roles. Addressing Tuesday's monthly meeting of the KSAMC, Mr. Swaby sought to assure councillors that the advisory committee is not a replacement for the LPAC usually appointed by the Social Development Commission. He said the interim body will be dissolved as soon as the SDC forms a local public accounts committee. Mr. Swaby said while he awaits the SDC, the formation of the advisory committee is a proactive step to ensure transparency, accountability, and ethical leadership within the council. He said it also reflects his belief in participatory governance.
I just want to be clear with persons. I have not assembled a team of persons of a person who support the PNP. They are person support JLP, who I know they are person support the PNP, and they are person who I don't know who they support. I didn't ask them. That wasn't the acidic test when I was doing chemistry. The test was what wealth of knowledge you bring to the table. And I dare anyone to challenge the competence of these persons. You might not like their politics, you might not like their stands and positions, but they are competent. And I don't want to be associated with lackeys. I want persons to challenge me, because when they challenge me, I do better.
Guys, thanks for watching. Please join us this afternoon at 2 p.m. for another news update.